that every time I go shopping, I seem to be drawn back to, and I'm trying it on and I'm prancing in front of the mirror and I'm this way and I'm that way. And hello there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today let's talk about the luxury bags that I have never bought from, or the brands I have never bought from, but I'm recently pretty obsessed with and I'm intrigued by, and they've piqued my interest and I can't get them out of my mind, as if I don't have enough handbags sitting around us. Let's find some new brands for Amelia to obsess on, because that sounds sensible. No, not really, but we do it anyway. This is a tag video that was created by Luxury and Life in the Middle. I think it's a really fun idea. It does make me think about some other brands and not just stick to the ones that I've always bought from and I generally find as my comfort blanket and I generally head back to if I'm looking to buy something. And these are ones that have been on my radar, or I've seen something from them that's piqued my interest and I just can't get it out of my mind, and I'm going to share the 5 of them with you today. And the first one is really obvious and was very easily the first one on this list. And if you've been watching for a while, I've been talking a lot about this brand, talking to you guys a lot about it and thinking a lot about this brand, and it's Celine. I really like Celine bags at the minute. I think they're very understated. I really particularly like the Celine Triomphe. I really like the clasp on it. I think it's very decorative. I think there's something really beautiful about it. I actually really like the plain black with the gold clasp. I think it's stunning. I think it's elegant. I think it's everything that I normally don't buy. Stunning and elegant and classic is not normally what I go for, but I really like it. I think it's really beautiful. I saw it in Paris. I think the first time we were there last year, there was a lady wearing it walking down the street, and the way she was wearing it, the clasp just drew my attention. I thought it was stunning, and since then I've kind of been a bit obsessed. They've also brought out a few other releases. They have a padded version. They also have the Celine monogram that they have bags in if you want something a bit more labelled. I really like that as well. And Celine has just been a brand that over the last few months I can't get out of my mind, and I keep thinking about. It's definitely piqued and intrigued my interest. Yeah, I wouldn't be completely shocked if there was a Celine bag to come across these shelves sometime in the future. Number 2, YSL. I don't have any YSL bags at the minute. Maybe this is cheating slightly because I did buy a YSL Lulu a while ago, but I sold it before I ever used it. I found the Lulu was too similar for me to the Chanel 19, and every time I went to lift a bag like that in that sort of style, I would go for the Chanel 19 over the Lulu, and the Lulu never got worn. But recently I have been looking at the YSL clutch bags. I think it's maybe the envelope clutch. I'm not exactly sure of the names of them, but I will put a picture in. I did see one in a very deep magenta colour, probably a bit like that section of the wall over there, and probably very like the new Petite Mal that I recently unboxed. So I don't probably need it in the deep pink colour, but I did think, I was looking at an outfit and I was putting things together, and I just thought that bag, that clutch bag, would really have worked with what I was wearing, and I thought it would have filled a gap in my wardrobe for a certain colour to go with certain types of outfits. So I've been looking at the YSL clutch recently. I think as luxury designer handbags go, the price of it is not too bad. I will link these down below if I can find them for you if you want to take a look at them. But I think the price as luxury level bags isn't overly bad, and I do think that that's something that I could find into my collection to fill that particular gap. And the other YSL bag, and I've talked about this before, is the, oh, there's another one, that's right. But the other one that I'll go to first that I've talked about before is the overly large shopper. I think, is it the iCare or the ICU shopper, the big massive one that has the YSL print on it. Steph has it. I think it's absolutely stunning. I have tried this bag on quite a few times. It's one of those bags that every time I go shopping, I seem to be drawn back to, and I'm trying it on and I'm prancing in front of the mirror and I'm this way and I'm that way, and I'm thinking to myself, no, you don't need it because you've got your Neverfull. But I think it's absolutely stunning. I think it's a really beautiful bag, and it's another one that floats about in my mind in there that I think I could maybe make work. Maybe, am I convincing myself or you? I don't know at this point, but it's a bag that I really like. The other one from YSL is the June box bag. Now, I still haven't seen this in person. Wild Unfiltered did leave me a comment on my wishlist video that she did see it in person and didn't know if it was what I would be anticipating, but I do need to see this in person. I think it looks pretty cool. It's pretty boxy in its shape and it has the flap that comes over it. And I don't know why I'm doing this with my hands because that's not going to show you what the bag looks like. Instead, I'll put a picture in. But it is this boxy shape and you go across it and it has the YSL in gold on it. Gold is my probably preferred for YSL. It would sit across you. I think it looks pretty funky. I think I really like the shape. I could see it working even above a suit and a work coat. I really like it, and that's something that's really intrigued me and piqued my interest, and it's on my radar. Number 3 is Stella McCartney. Now, I will admit that Stella McCartney is not a brand that I ever really paid much attention to in the past. Certainly if I was looking to spend stupid money on a handbag, Stella McCartney is not where I went first, but there is one particular bag that has really caught my attention when I was scrolling on Farfetch when I probably had far better things to do. But as you do, scrolling on Farfetch, I came across this bag and it is it's called the medium, I'm not even going to try and say that. I'll put a picture in. It's got a print on it that I think is really, really stunning. It has a gold detailed underneath it. It can be worn crossbody from what it looks on the model on the website. And this has been, I've had a screenshot of this on my phone for a little while now. That's never a good sign. I think it's really pretty. I think it's really pretty cool. I can imagine wearing it. I can imagine it going with certain outfits. It's black and creamy sort of colour. So obviously it's something hugely different to what's already here. Sometimes I despair at myself, but I really, really like it. And it's been, as I say, it's been in my screenshots for a while, and I think it's a bag that I would like to try, and it's definitely on my radar at the minute. Number 4, and this is another one because I have come across a specific bag that has stopped me in my tracks, and I've went, ooh, want to see more about that. And this is another one that I've had a screenshot on my phone for a while, and it is an Off-White bag. Now, I can tell you, Off-White is not a brand I've ever even thought about before. It's not a brand that's been on my radar. It's not a brand that I've even considered. But I came across, do the way I like bland and neutral colours, I came across this bright orange bag with black writing on it. And it has life's work on the front. It says pocket on the back across the pocket, which is something I just like about that. I just think it's humorous. I think it's a really cool looking bag, and I took a screenshot of it. Again, never a good sign, and it's been on my phone since, and I really like this particular bag, and it's this one bag that's making me think about this brand as a whole, and it has really caught my attention, piqued my interest, and I keep going back to visit the photo of this bag. I know. Because I don't have anything to fill an orange gap. I don't have anything that's orange and patterned. There is no rhyme or reason to it. There is no sense to it. Let's just give in to the crazy that is. Let's just embrace it. That's number 4. Number 5 is the Alexander McQueen clutches. I really like these, but some of them are really, really expensive. They're the little round clutches that have the... What's she doing? Don't know. Apologies. It's the little round clutches that has the kind of knuckle duster on the top of it that you put your fingers through, and you can get them in crystals, you can get them in embroidery, you can get them in fabulous, flamboyant, wonderful colours and textures and sparkles, and I think they're cool, but they're very, very expensive, but they're still very, very cool. And I would like to see a few more of those, because I'm trying to convince myself as I think of what to say to you. They just look pretty fab. They're just pretty cool. They're very flamboyant. They're in your face. They're not understated. They have a knuckle duster, for goodness sake. I think they're pretty fab. So they have caught my attention. They caught my attention ever since we were in Paris. And there was a red and black patterned one. It's in one of my Paris vlogs, and I really, really liked it. But it was really, really expensive, and I'd spent lots of money already. But since then, they've been on my mind, and they've caught my attention because as clutches go, and I generally don't spend a lot of money on clutches. I don't generally buy designer level clutches. That's why the price point of the YSL one suits me. The price point of the Alexander McQueen one doesn't suit me, but it's fab. Generally my clutches are Biba, or I think I still use one from Topshop from many years ago. They're not, I've got a Karen Millen one I think as well, they're not high level designer level prices. I still have my Lulu Guinness, where is it? It's in here somewhere. I still have my Lulu Guinness Lips clutch that I use a lot. So I don't generally spend this amount of money on a clutch, but those Alexander McQueen ones, chef's kiss. There we go on my crazy tour and my crazy brain of my crazy handbag addictedness, and this is all when I'm on a low buy year. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I'm just going to lie back and embrace the crazy. Thank you so much for joining me on the crazy. It's so much fun around here when the caffeine's in. If this has been fun and enjoyable, please do consider giving it a thumbs up. Please do consider subscribing. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching me. Please take care, and I will see you again in the next one.